Hello everybody and welcome back to the new VR news. As always, I am Mateo311 and this is your one channel for everything VR related. Today we have some renewed hope for a Valve Index standalone. The Sony PlayStation VR 2 is looking amazing. Facebook gets really weird with some reverse pass-through. Saints and Sinners has a huge update on the way. And of course we're going to be going over the new releases. There are timestamps and links in the description if you want to jump to a specific story. But let's not waste any more time and get right into this video. So first off, this video is brought to you by Raid Shadow. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not sponsoring Raid Shadow Legends, but there is the possibility I will be adding a sponsor to this channel in the future. It will only be products that I use and trust. And I'm curious how you guys feel about a 20-second sponsored clip at the beginning of my news videos. Let me know down in the comments. Okay, so our first real story is Ven VR Adventure is coming to the Oculus Quest this Thursday on August 12th. This title originally released last year for PSVR. It's a great little platforming adventure, but lacks some of the charm that you get from Moss and Astrobot Rescue Mission. I do plan on putting out a video covering this title later in the week if you're looking for information on how the Quest version stacks up. But I will say that my daughter is definitely enjoying the game.
Yeah, I like it.
Speaking of enjoying things, the Western-themed Pistol Whip update, Smoke and Thunder, is also releasing this Thursday. Just like the previous 2089 update, we're getting a mini campaign of 5 new levels, strung together with some cutscenes. We're also getting a new modifier system, which will allow you to change the playstyle on any single map. Now this update is free to all Pistol Whip owners, but Cloudhead Games is planning to raise the base price of their title from $25 to $30 on August 15th. So if you're interested in this game and want to save $5, you should pick it up soon. While we're on the subject of updates, we finally got the release date for the Saints and Sinners Aftershock update, which is coming on September 23rd. This is a massive new add-on to the single-player campaign, adding 4 to 6 additional hours of content. The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners is easily one of the best VR titles, and Skydance has promised this is just the beginning of new content they plan to release. So jump back into the shoes of the tourist, fight human enemies over supplies, and try not to become zombie lunch. I'm really looking forward to getting back into this game. Okay, so our last game story is an announcement trailer for Jetpack Vacation. Jetpack Vacation is coming to PSVR this October for $9.99. It features multiplayer and a series of jetpack-themed mini-games. So fly around this little slice of paradise with your friends, check out the sports arena, or play some paintball. Jetpack Vacation looks like a fun casual game if that's what you're looking for. Speaking of looking, wouldn't it be cool if people could see your eyes when you're in VR? Well, Facebook thought so. We recently got a glimpse of a Facebook Reality Labs prototype that uses reverse pass-through, allowing outside observers to make eye contact with the VR user. I guess Facebook is expecting you to wear your headset 24/7 and wants to avoid any awkward conversations where you're not making eye contact. Now I know it comes off a bit strange when you are talking to someone wearing the headset and you can't tell if they've activated pass-through or not, but with the current state of VR, I don't see this as being very important. Now down the road where the line between AR and VR mixes, and these devices are a lot more common, I can see this as being a useful feature. When someone's immersed in a virtual world, the screen would blank out, and when they're ready to engage real life, it'll look like they open their eyes. Let's just hope Facebook can make it look a lot less creepy than it looks in this demo. Now this is a great example that Facebook is looking into the far future of XR, and they have a crazy amount of money to throw around on research like this, but it's not a topic that I'm really interested in at the moment. But luckily our next topic is straight awesome. We continue to get some leaks and rumors for the Sony PlayStation VR 2, and everything we hear just makes it better and better. Recapping those leaks/rumors, this is what we're currently expecting. A near 4K resolution OLED display, IPD adjustment, eye tracking which will be used for foveated rendering, a simple one cable USB-C connection, inside-out tracking, head-mounted haptics, and a holiday 2022 release date. The controllers also got a huge overhaul. They're much more in line with other VR controllers. They're including those amazing PlayStation 5 DualSense adaptive triggers, and the controller will be able to detect your thumb, index, and middle finger position. Now this is all awesome, but it's kind of old news. The really good stuff comes in regard to the quality of upcoming games. Sony is making a push for AAA style VR games and encouraging VR developers to make hybrid titles. So what exactly does that mean? Well, for starters, no more simple VR experiences. The games they release for the Sony PlayStation VR 2 should be much closer in quality to their standard flat game releases. They're also going to encourage studios that are making flat screen games to release a VR version of the title. So hybrid titles would include games like Resident Evil 7, Dreams, and No Man's Sky. This is absolutely fantastic news because the largest complaint I hear about VR games lately is the lack of overall quality. Sony managed to pull off some straight miracles with their last generation VR, as it was clearly one of the lowest spec options out there on the market, but still had some amazing games. So it looks like VR in 2023 is going to be lit, but not just because of Sony. I'm also expecting Valve to make some huge moves. On this channel, we've looked through patents by Valve, we've made a wish list of everything we want to see in the Valve Index 2, we've speculated on what the Steam Deck could mean for the future of VR, and now we have the closest thing to a confirmation that Valve wants to use that hardware in a new upcoming device. Now this new information comes from a report out of The Verge, who directly asked Valve if the Steam Deck's hardware could be used for a future standalone headset. Now Greg Coomer from Valve wasn't ready to confirm anything, but he did state that the Steam Deck hardware is very relevant to their future plans, and that it could run well in a VR environment. Now this was based off the Steam Deck's TDP, or thermal design power, which is only a maximum of 15 watts. Whenever you're making a mobile device, there's a major balancing act that goes on between power consumption, thermals, and battery life. Now obviously it all starts with the power consumption. The more power you have, the better CPU and GPU you can utilize, but obviously this would cause increased heat and a lower battery life on a mobile device. For basic PC gaming, we generally don't give a crap unless we look at our electrical bill, but for a mobile device, this is extremely important, and Valve has put a ton of effort into squeezing the best performance out of a low watt device. There's no sense in running Half-Life Alyx on ultra settings on a mobile device if your face feels like you're wearing a flamethrower and your battery life is 10 minutes. So like I've said in previous videos, the Steam Deck is step one for Valve to create a standalone VR device. Now Gabe Newell even said you can plug an Oculus Quest 2 into your Steam Deck, but the device isn't currently optimized for VR. But when you're working hand in hand with software and hardware, that's when the magic truly happens. So a VR optimized Steam Deck could be exactly what we're waiting for. Now as much as this comes off as great news to me, I do want to keep my coverage as balanced as possible and set some true expectations here. There's absolutely no confirmation that a standalone Index is ever coming, and if it is indeed coming, the earliest I would expect it is late 2022. We also shouldn't expect the true PSVR processing power. As good as the Steam Deck is, the current iteration is aiming to run AAA flat screen games around 720p resolution and 60 frames per second. That's a far leap from the Valve Index's nearly 1600p, 144 frames per second. So without a high reliance on things like DLSS or foveated rendering, the graphics on mobile PC VR gaming would take a significant hit. I would also expect a device like this to cost somewhere between $800 and $1,000. That's simply based on smashing together the price of a Steam Deck with a Valve Index headset. Now as a standalone device, you most likely won't need base station trackers, so all in we're somewhere between $800 and $1,000. Now this is pure speculation here, guys. There's definitely a lot more avenues of cost cutting, and it's not really just a Steam Deck plus a headset. Remember, you won't need the 7-inch screen that's found on the Steam Deck, which is one of the more expensive components. But again, I wouldn't expect a Valve Index headset to be in the same price category as an Oculus Quest. Now with the Steam Deck, Valve has shown that they are willing to sell near or at a loss, but $299 would definitely be too low for this product. Well, what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. And that was today's new VR news. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. And as always, I will see you guys on next time.